In this video, I'm going to show you how to add cuestack macros directly into your macros. This is useful in cases where you have macros which need to have setting changes and you don't want to have these settings changed all the time. For example, in my previous video about how to make soft groups, I had to go to Setup, View Settings, Windows, Confirmation Request, Set to No. I had to go to keypad encoders, select and head and palettes from keypad yes, and some other options I needed to change. So if I just want to do this temporary, because usually I want to work with select heads and palettes from keypad no, I can add this to my macro to activate and deactivate these settings. How would I do this? First, I need to copy my setting into my execute window. You can copy any setting directly from the setup window by pressing copy, press on the setting and copy it into the execute window. So now I have the setting here. So I prepared now for this video two settings, is the select heads and palettes from keypad encoder yes and no, for example. And now I want to add this to my macro so that it activates the select heads and palettes from keypad yes when I start the macro. First, I will need to record a cuestack for this, and I open my cuestack now and I say macro E0, which means I want to activate a button on the execute window slash the page. So here is page 1 and my setting is on button 1, so slash 1 and 1. If I trigger this now, you see it activates this setting. I will also need to make a second cuestack with the setting set to no. So I record this same, go in here, E0 slash 1 slash 2. I'm going to activate this one and it will automatically activate my setting. One thing we need to add into these cuestacks is go into the cuestack options, activate release after last step yes for both cuestacks. So here I have cuestack 7 and cuestack 8. Now I want to integrate this into my macro, so I go back into macro. I will select my set soft group 1. I will go into view data. And now I'm just going to make a rec insert. And I press any button and the macro just to add a step. So once I have added this step, I'm going to click on type, double click. And now I will change this to cuestack. Then I will set the item. It's my cuestack 7, enter, and action activate. And then I'm going to copy this at the end here, and I will say cuestack 8 activate, which means that every time I will trigger this macro now, it will activate the cuestack, which will trigger the cuestack macro to set the settings I need for this macro, and at the end of the macro I will trigger the cuestack to set the setting back to the ones I usually use. This is how it works on PC all the time. But if you are on a console, you could also ignore the cuestacks and you could type directly a test mac to test a cuestack macro. This works only on consoles and probably also when you're out of demo mode, but it definitely doesn't work when you're in demo mode. But I will show you quickly how to do this. So you make rec insert and you type test mac space and then E0 slash 1 slash 1 and macro. So this could also work. So this would work also. Takes maybe a little bit longer, but you don't need to record a special cuestack to trigger a cuestack macro. Maybe this helps some of you. See you next time.